the prediction of Jesus as recorded in Matthew 24, after he foretold of the end of the old age and the beginning of the new age, he said to the generation of whom he was addressing, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all of these things, know that it is near, even at the door." Matthew 24, verses 32 and 33. Then Jesus added this remarkable statement, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all of these things be fulfilled." I think as we examine both the Matthew 23 and 24 passages of Scripture and the writings of Revelation, we will see that they are telling the same story of the apocalyptic event of the metamorphosis of the dying of the old to bring forth the living of the new. They are both referring to the same time of the generation that lived between the resurrection of Christ and the death of the sacrificial offerings in the Jewish temple. Jesus simply said, "Except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit." The flower of the rose will always come forth following the planting of its seed. The fresh new life of springtime will always follow the dying, dissipating life of winter. Each morning will always have its preceding night. These characteristics of an apocalyptic event can also be seen in the first century with the metamorphosis of the coming of Christ in the clouds with power and great glory, coming forth out of the perverted, death-producing practices of Judaism. For example, when John was told to "Come up hither, and I will show these things which must be hereafter," Revelation 4:1, the implication is clear, especially when the correct interpretation of the word hereafter is understood. The context is obvious that all of these things, quote, "in the hereafter," had not occurred at the time of this vision, as John recorded. Things which must be. However, the emphasis is not on future events as such, but rather it is on John and his first readers being in the midst of the things that were about to occur. With the meaning of hereafter in the original language being a compound word of amid and these things, it strongly indicates that the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, would be experienced by the believers who were living in the time of the writing of Revelation by John. It specifies that the things recorded by John in chapters 4 through 22, the things of the hereafter, would be experienced by the believers in the 7 churches, as well as all believers at the time of the writing of Revelation. They would be in the midst of these things, which would usher in the victorious coming of Jesus Christ in power and great glory to overcome the evil being experienced in their lifetime.